Hi, you could call me the gaming science teacher. Welcome to my first impressions as someone who has never tried VR before of the Oculus Quest. I have never had a headset on, even for a quick demo, other than Google Cardboard before in the past. And I've kind of made a hobby out of following all of the virtual reality news, Let's Plays, other kinds of videos since back around the time of the Oculus Dev Kit 2. And at that time, I never thought I would be getting to experience this for myself. But I've been really, really excited for this day since I heard about Project Santa Cruz almost a year ago at this point. And the day is here. I'm really excited. So I thought I would share my very first time as a VR newcomer, and what better way to do that than with first contact. So I have just downloaded it. And here we go. And there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot to look at. Yeah. I just want me to touch this. There's just so much to look at here. I am a little bit overwhelmed. My absolute very first impression, unfortunately, maybe a little bit of a downer, is that the headset itself, I'm having trouble finding a fit that's comfortable. I've been messing around with the straps and readjusting them and trying to get it to sit on my face so that it's clear, and then it slips down with the weight of it a little bit and gets blurry, and I keep messing with it. So I'm sure over time, or owning this and using it on a regular basis, I will find a fit that's comfortable, figure out the hacks for getting it on my face. I've also got a VR cover on the way, so we'll see if that helps. That's my very first thing that I noticed. And the next thing I would have to say is that it doesn't completely fool me into thinking I'm physically in this location. But despite that, it's so easy to have the suspension of disbelief. It's really easy to just get lost in it and have this really immersive sense of presence that I've heard everyone talk about forever, and now I'm finally getting to experience for myself. So here we go. Oh, hi. Hi. Hey, wave back at me. Come on. Come on. Hello. You're adorable. Oh, is that for me? I'm gonna put it in here. Ooh. The sense of depth is amazing too. I know that in my actual living room, um, the real wall is much closer to me than that back wall and that desk and chair way back there. Matter of fact, if I move forward, and this feels really weird, my guardian boundary is coming up now, and then there's like maybe another foot of space before the wall of my living room. But here it really gives me the immersion that it keeps going very far. Now what? And I put this in here. Okay. Okay. Ooh, butterflies. Mm. Oh, I have to put my thumb down. Okay. Oh, there it is. Hi. Hi. You keep giving me more and more discs. Can I drink something? Ah, I stink at this. Okay. Oh, that's just floating there. Now what? Okay. This sound is really cool. It sounds like it is where it is when I move it around. And it's making these little snowflakes. And another noisemaker. That neon light that it's making is pretty trippy. And I dropped it. Ooh. Oh, man. That's interesting. Oh, man. This whole thing is really trippy. Yep. I feel like I don't quite have the feel of my hands in VR, but having them is amazing. Yep. That one's a little bit bouncy. Whoa, okay. We got lots to try here. All right, check out that one. Okay. Upholstery. Oh, that's a good feeling. With just the little vibration in the controllers. It's tripping me out how it kind of feels like it's real. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Can I get it to go out the window? That's so weird how it bumps into the glass and the edge. Oh my gosh, okay. Let's get this one. I've turned off gravity. You want me to do that one? Okay. Is this the last one? Ooh, I like the purple highlights on that. Ah, my other discs are in the way. And it's really weird to be able to actually like look down the sight of this gun. Get out of here, butterfly. My shooting skills leave a lot to be desired, but because it's all stereoscopic, I can really actually look down the sight and line it up in a three-dimensional space. Not helping with my aim that much because I seem to drop things. Like when I have something, keeping hold of the trigger and remembering to keep hold of it is weird because obviously different from holding it in real life. Ooh, a gold one. Okay. And remembering to put my rest my thumb on one of the buttons so that it knows that like I have a closed fist. I'm gonna be a little bit careful because I'm close to my guardian boundary there, but this is wild. It really is. It's, I've forgotten where in my room I am, and when the guardian pops up and I can see the like roughly rectangular shape, it's like disorienting to think about which way I'm facing in my real room. And these screens, I've heard people talk about how like a CRT screen rendered in VR can look really realistic, and they do. Looking at those like Polaroid pictures on there, they look really flat because um, I guess they weren't. They're just a texture that was slapped on there, so that's a little disappointing. But I mean, the texture of that milk crate, like the whole front of it, it's not 3D. It's just a flat texture. Those little shortcuts are, slightly disappointing. All right, let's check out the gold Oculus Quest. He's happy about something. Oh, oh boy. I'm in cyberspace. Wow. That's it. Wow. that was really incredible. Um, I was definitely I was definitely pretty surprised. It was better than I thought. That was pretty incredible. Um, Before my battery dies here, I should have thought about that before. Um, the clarity of the screen, as long as it's sitting in the right place on my face, which you mentioned is a little bit of an issue for me, um, it's pretty clear. I've no complaints about the resolution. Um, the screen door effect. It's really simple to, if I think about it, um, look at the text and these menus in front of me and see the pixels. But at the same time, it's equally easy to not think about it and just ignore it and not see it at all. Um, the colors are really vibrant. The colors are great. Um, I haven't taken any particular note of the black levels, knowing that this is an OLED screen. Supposedly the black levels should be really great. I haven't really taken note of it. I've been immersed enough that I haven't noticed, oh, that black doesn't look quite black or something like that. When I was just looking at the menu where it's a completely black void and it says download the app, and it's white text, I could see what people meant by God rays, which I've heard everyone talk about but have never experienced before until now. I could see what people meant, but once I'm in an experience, I'm in this home environment right now, I don't notice that effect. Even looking at like the Space Pirate Trainer or the Creed logos on their relatively dark backgrounds, I don't notice anything with God rays. I have not been able to perceive any kind of flickering. I am noticing some of these shooting stars out of the corner of my eye above my amazing Oculus Home. This is sweet. But I have not been able to perceive any kind of flicker. So some people are a little bit concerned with the, like 72 hertz refresh rate. But I can't perceive any kind of flicker. I don't have a headache. I don't feel any kind of motion sickness. The pass through when I drew my Guardian boundary, looking at my living room through the pass through was really trippy. And as I was walking around with my headset on, like pushing my furniture a little bit farther away and pushing it farther away to try and make a big enough space, and I'm like walking around looking at the world in this pass-through mode, I was starting to feel a little weird, just a slight bit. So yeah, that pass-through effect is definitely pretty interesting. But in general, I don't have a headache or eye strain or feel nauseous whatsoever. Just the comfortability of the headset on my face is physically a little bit uncomfortable. But like I said, I feel like I really need to figure out the fit and figure out how to get that adjusted correctly so that it's comfortable on my face. I have a relatively small head, and I feel like I probably have a small IPD. When I set the slider, it was not as close together as they would go, but it was on the closer side. So my fit issues might be due to a smaller head, a smaller nose, trying to get that right. The audio is just fine. Luckily, I'm by myself in my apartment. I don't have to worry about bothering anyone else. I don't have to worry about other people in here making noise. So the built-in audio is perfectly fine for me. I just turned the volume all the way up. But it is a little bit lacking. It would be nice to have just a little bit, a little bit more from the audio, but it's nothing to complain about. The controllers are they're really cool. I'm getting used to how to use my hands in VR. Like I kept dropping things in first contact. And it seems weird to remember to hold that grip button down when I want to hold something, and then also coordinate using the trigger if it's like a gun or something like that. But they feel great in my hands. They're not too heavy. They're nice. And I have, again, smaller hands, and they feel very nice in my hands. I didn't notice any tracking issues. Not that I was trying to put my hands behind my head or anything like that, but I noticed no problem whatsoever. I didn't feel limited by the inside-out tracking on here whatsoever so far. So to sum up my first impressions, wow. And that was just first contact. I have not loaded up Beat Saber. I've not tried Job Simulator and the long list of other games that I really want to get into. And really get into the action and the excitement. So I just can't wait. I can't wait to savor this, especially over the summer when I'll have, as a teacher, more free time on my hands I'm going to live in VR this entire summer. I can't wait. This is pretty amazing. I really am pretty blown away. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, You could stay tuned for more. Maybe I will continue to share some other impressions of different games and experiences. And remember to never stop learning.